This is the I Know Podcast where we're all about healthy debate, honest conversation, and talking beer junk. Information, knowledge, observation. Cockspur rum comes in a range of fun and interesting spirits, ranging from the more traditional fine rum to the Oh yeah, you can't do this though.
I was just about to.
You know, like a little product place.
Oh yeah, that's so great. This is sponsored by Cockspur rum.
Right.
There's no shame in sponsoring.
Cockspur rum comes in a range of fun and interesting spirits, ranging from the more traditional fine rum to the innovations of splash in their fresh fruit flavors. We're gonna bring back some Cockspur rum for you.
Nice,
yeah, we got some
nice,
there.
nice.
Also, we
Nice.
drinking the pineapple coconut splash.
Yeah, that's that.
It's really nice. It's really nice.
Personally, my favorite. Look out for our next innovation in the realm of aged rums, where we introduce Cockspur XO Masters Blend. There's Cockspur for every single occasion. Just add ice, your chaser of choice, and free up your spirit responsibly. This is the I Know Podcast. INO, information, knowledge, observation. Also, I know nothing. Big up Malik Mosey.
Hey.
Big up Malik Kofi.
Yo.
Big up Short Gabby. Big up Malik me. Big up you. And we have a very special guest here. A man that's making history, that's made history already.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what to say.
I'm very happy to be here. Let me just start.
Like, how do you even
I came into the red. Let me just start by this. Me and Gabby. Have you showed Gabby on camera? You should have her in the thumbnails and stuff.
We
You
really
get
treat
more
Gabby bad, you know? Yeah.
Intern Gabby, right?
Yeah.
No, social media manager, Gabby.
Yeah.
Let me give her a proper title.
But this is Victor White. Victor White is the Barbados' very first snowboarder and
Skier. Free skier.
Free skier.
Free skier.
It's free skier.
Yeah. Snowboard is when you go sideways.
Oh, I thought that all fell under snowboarding.
No.
Snowboard.
So free skiing is what I do.
Right.
Snowboarding is just when you snowboard, both feet stuck to one plank.
Oh,
Going down.
okay.
And then there's variations of skiing, alpine skiing, free skiing, jumps, tricks, all that stuff.
Oh, for
Yeah.
me, just from watching like Tony Hawk, I just like all that stuff like you saying. Yeah, just all that. Yeah.
This is nice though. You'll get some education.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But okay, before we get there, when I first heard about you being a free skier, like last year, and I think all Bajans were like this. It was like, how the hell a Bajan went from being in Barbados to free skiing? So can we get into that? Can we start from the beginning of how that happened? Like, talk about your origins in Barbados.
Yes. So my dad, he's from My Lord's Hill, Black Man's Road.
My Lord's Hill, not My Lord's Hill. My Lord's Hill.
Anyhow.
Jehovah's Hill, right? Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
You say it better than us, though. You say it cool.
No. I was just laughing about the fact that I'm always bullied, right?
Because of your accent.
Because my accent when I'm in Sweden, because of my accent when I'm in Barbados. When I'm in Barbados, I'm not black enough. When I'm in Sweden, I'm not white enough.
That is so funny. What the hell?
I'm very sorry for laughing. I hope you're over it, because that's very funny.
Yeah. No. It's no insecurity, nothing.
Right.
It's just funny. Anyhow.
Yeah.
And I traveled and I spent time with Australians, Americans, whatever, everywhere in Sweden. So my Swedish is all weird,
Right.
So my dad, let's take it back to the beginning. My dad met a Swedish flight attendant back in the day. Married her, that's how he came to Sweden, right?
Ah, okay.
Typical Bajan man.
Exactly. That's his way to get out.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm thankful for it.
Yeah.
That's why we have this epic content.
Exactly, right.
Anyhow, and then my mom, she's born in Finland. That's right next to Sweden.
Right.
She moved to Sweden when she was, 4, 5, 6, something like that,
So
with
she
her
really-
family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she has 4 or 5 siblings. Big family. And then they met in Sweden. I was born there. I grew up in between Barbados and Sweden. I went to school in Sweden, but I came here as a baby. I've been here ever since.
Yeah, every summer or so.
Yeah, exactly. Summers, Christmas, New Year's.
So you didn't do any school here at all?
No,
Okay.
I school in Sweden is pretty nice compared to here. Very nice. Just compare like a prison in Mexico to a prison in Norway.
Right,
Have you
okay,
heard about the
gosh.
Norwegian prisons? They're like
Right.
luxury hotels.
Right. So okay. So can you say what one of the differences that you know of are between Swedish education and here?
Well, first of all, here, what is it? The exam when you're really young?
11 plus.
Yeah, exactly. The 11 plus.
Yeah.
There's no such thing in Sweden.
Right.
My age group, we had our first tests when we were 14 years old in school, because they believe that when you're a kid, you're supposed to play and you shouldn't, like, compare each other with grades and all that stuff. So that's a big difference. I also think, like, in Sweden, it's there is discipline in school, but it's not like here, you know? Like if a teacher would touch a student there, it'd be like, wow. And also, I feel like the parents in Sweden are way more like chickeny about their kids, you know.
Oh,
than here. So because Caribbean parents are more rough, right?
So do you do corporal punishment at all in Sweden or no?
What?
Which should be like corporal punishment. Which should be yeah. You get beat. You get lashes on your yeah.
No.
No belt. No nothing.
No.
Principal don't call you and beat you.
No.
You don't get kicked down the stairs, nothing.
You ain't get raised.
Prison.
Oh really?
Yeah, they go to prison.
Wait, what?
The teachers go to prison for that? If you do that?
If you say that in Sweden, people would think you're crazy.
Teachers will go home here, B. That's it. That's the day of school, dog.
I know. But that's like being a child molester.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And you get branded like that, like for a very long time if you beat a child.
Yeah, you'd lose your job. You get a prison sentence.
Shh.
So, like, what was the punishment like when you went to school?
I mean, there wasn't really any punishments. Like,
What do you mean?
No. But like, so what would happen is like the parents would get called to school.
Right.
You sit down and talk, and you get punished at home.
Did you get?
With whatever the parent would see fit.
Did you go to?
Like that.
Did you go to private school or go?
So I went to Waldorf school. I don't know if you know about that, but it's a different kind of ideology where we made our own books.
So Hogwarts. The man said Waldorf, like, make your own books, bro. That's not a real thing, B.
What do you mean make your own books? Like,
Yeah, so essentially, like, the ideology is about, like, kids, like, you learn better by like, making stuff yourself. We start 8:30. We started at 8:30 every day. We always started with some physical activity, like jumping ropes or doing some play, like whatever, like out on the lawn or something, just because kids have energy, right? So you need to get rid of it so you can concentrate.
Right.
In Sweden, though, like, this is not a common school to go to in Sweden.
Right.
However, like, people in Sweden think that, like, you count with stones and things like that. But in reality, it's more like you have the teacher, they go through everything, they have a blackboard. So when we're doing maths, they do all the maths on the blackboard. And then you do it in your book and drawings and all that stuff. Geography, you draw the maps, all that stuff. And then you get assignments to, like, I don't know, write something about Barbados, right? So I would do that in the books, which is a nice thing to have. And you guys know when you're studying, if you write something and do it, you learn better,
Right.
But then obviously when you get older and you have all the maths, equations, all that stuff, you have books, right?
Right.
But that's like a big difference in that type of education.
That's an understatement, big difference. B, that is a whole different world.
If I wake up and then 8:30, I'm skipping.
Yeah. No, to get the energy off.
No, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
It makes a lot of sense because children are welding at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and they have a lot of energy, right?
Yeah.
But so a national standardized test is at 14 though.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's the first time you have the now they have it at 11, 12, I think 12. That nationalized standard test.
Okay.
Just curious, how did you do in school? Were you?
I'm smart. Yeah, A's.
Like you like A's, B's, like what?
Yeah, A's.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. Oh,
We'll get into that later, but yeah.
Right, okay.
Because the thing is, so for me, like, if I wanted to go on skiing trips and all that stuff, because I was skiing when I went to school, right? So then I had to keep up with my schoolwork. So I got in the habit of doing my homework as soon as I got home, and I was a very active kid. So I do it when I go home, so I could then play, because I just like to get whatever I have to do, get it done, and then be free, you know.
Were you a bad behaved child?
Yeah. So I had anger issues when I was younger.
Say, do you have anger issues now?
No.
Oh, cool.
No, but not like I had like because my mom like her fuse is like this and my dad's fuse was like that too, right? So I had to like learn how to control that. The school that I went to got branded as the school that bullied kids transferred to because they were all so nice and counting with stones, right?
Right.
So
you said counting with stones twice, and I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think it means like an abacus.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Are you? I ain't think about abacus in years, B. An abacus? Yo.
Like
I
you
had
have,
abacus,
how,
actually.
if you have 2 stones and you deduct 1 stone, how many stones do you have left?
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's what I mean when I say
Right.
that.
All right. How old were you at this stone point, though? I need to know that because I don't think you are 10 and still using stones.
No.
Right,
So
right.
you don't actually do it.
Okay. Good. I just needed to
But
get
you use stones as a reference.
Yeah,
As
as a
opposed to dollars
reference.
or
Exactly.
I just needed to get that out
Right.
of the way.
But you were saying that your mother and father have a short fuse, and also you were,
Yes.
and the school was branded a certain way.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the school for bullied kids, right? So in my class, there was a lot of kids that were a bit different from regular kids, maybe, which was good for me because I had a strong, like, winning mentality in whatever I wanted to do, and having like kids that struggle with themselves, they're large or whatever it might be, it taught me to be more humane, right? I'd be the biggest asshole in the world if I went to like
Right.
the other school, right?
Oh, same.
So like when we had like gymnastics or gym, you know, we got teams and like, you know, if I got a really bad team, I learned how to turn it around, motivate the team. I saw that like as the competition to get like, you get the worst team and these people that like you throw a ball at them and they just don't react, right?
Right.
But to get them motivated and like to get
So you
the
were
team
always
going.
competitive.
Yeah, very competitive.
So that's from your Beijing side, right?
Yeah,
Yes, because Beijing's are watching. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Cool.
No, I just had to think about Finland, right? Shout out to Finland.
Yeah, big up
Just
Finland.
kidding.
Both of our Finnish viewers.
Right. So yeah, okay. So you were you were competitive in school, but
Yes.
but not necessarily bad behaved, but just very. I guess you had a lot of energy and more. Did you fight at school at all?
Okay, yeah. So I've actually never told this story. So we're a group of 5 guys, right? Obviously, I'm the only colored kid in the school, right?
Right. You're the
That's
only,
like
you're
my
the only
life.
colored kid
Yeah.
in the country. Right.
Pretty much, right? It's like I told you, I get they call me Red Man here in
Yeah.
Sweden, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so we're a group of 5 guys, like, and we're pretty close. But in that age, like, you don't choose your friends, right? You're in the school, like, you know, you gotta hang out with those people, right? And we're always doing things like this was around the time, you know, the iPod Touch came out. So like we had iPod Touches and we're gaming on that. I don't know what that has to do with the story.
Sponsored by Apple.
Anyhow, so I was skiing, right?
Right.
I had been on this ski trip. I was
I'm a plug out of nowhere.
Welcome to I Know Podcast. You are fitting in perfectly. Anyway, go ahead.
Sponsored by.
Right.
yeah. So at this point, I was 15 years old, and like we had a group chat, and we're all sending memes in this group chat.
As you do.
And there was this one girl in the school. She was like 2 years older than us, and there was kind of like the best looking girl in the school, and it's kind of a competition about like you know.
Oh yeah, we do. We used to have those
That's
competitions.
universal, right?
Yeah, just me.
So I make progress, right? And then my other man's in the group, like, he get jealous and he tries to sabotage that.
Nah.
We have this group, we do memes, etc., etc. I'm skiing. I went on a ski trip, and this was in the beginning of social media as well. So on the ski trip, we played clothing poker. You know, when you take off clothes when you lose.
Right, strip poker.
Strip
Right,
poker,
right.
exactly.
Clothing
exactly.
poker.
So, clothing poker.
You're gonna get bullied for the next hour.
So anyway, so I uploaded a fun picture, me standing like this, and I'm like, I lost at strip poker, right? On my Instagram.
Right.
And at the time, like I had my first sponsor in skiing and like these kinds of things, and like, but it was still like not a big deal because Instagram for me it was only friends at that time.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so in this group memes, like we sent like you know how it is, boys. Like you're pretty mean to each other, and like, you know it could easily spiral.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he had a grudge against me because of the girl, right?
Yeah.
So he comes on me, and then I come back at him, you know, doing memes about his sister, which which is not cool.
Yo,
That is sick.
I will tell that someone.
Yo.
They can imagine this in the group chat and they just see my sister in a meme. No,
Yeah.
no, that's a step too far.
Yeah, but he went like
You went for it
it's
first.
not like I'm just like you know sending that meme out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So then he takes a print screen of the photo of the strip poker I lost photo, posts it on my sponsor's Facebook page.
Wow.
And says, "Is this what your athletes are up to?" or something along
Oh my
those lines. When I saw that, and I couldn't believe my eyes, right? And this was the end of the school day. Everything turned black. Like I was furious, obviously.
And
So
you turn black too.
So I was running around the school. I meet one of the teachers, one of our mentors, and she could see on me that something was bothering me. And she was like, "What is it?" I'm like, "I'm gonna kill Simon. He's done something. He's done something very, very, very stupid." She didn't do anything. Obviously, he ran away, took the bus, went home, something like that. Like you know.
Yeah.
So he got away, right? So I got home. Couldn't really sleep that night. Overslept the next morning. So I got to school like 40 minutes late. He wasn't there, right? So then he comes in even later. Obviously, he knows what's coming, right? I don't promote violence, guys. I just want to get, like, this is the only time I've... Okay.
Yeah.
So I sit down in the middle, he's at the front, right? And then the teacher yells, "Break!" So he stands up. I slowly stand up, take off my shirt. I go behind him, put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, "Simon, we need to talk."
But your shirt is off.
I had a sweater on. I'm not going like... That'd be tough though. It's good for the movie though. It's good for the movie. Anyhow, so he's like, what? And I was like, "Do you know what you've done?" Right? And we just went right outside the classroom. And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Do you know what you've done, you effing idiot?" Right?
Right.
And then like, so I push him.
Russell.
Do you guys swear on this podcast?
Anyway.
Just gotta make sure. Anyhow, so he starts running right towards the classroom, and like at this point, like I was so angry, like, and I'm thankful that I couldn't hit him hard. So I go for the first punch as he turns away and runs, and it hits him here, right? And it wasn't hard because I was so angry, right? He runs into the classroom, he trips because he's so scared.
Yeah.
My dad taught me you never hit anyone that's laying down, right?
He told you that? Your
Yeah.
dad?
That's
Yeah.
an old Bayesian thing, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't fight man when they're losing already.
All right, safe.
Yeah, exactly. So what I did, he was laying down, so I punched him once like this, right? And as I said, like I didn't have the strength to punch really hard because I was so angry.
Yeah.
And then I gave him a soft knee here. And then I calmly walked away, and I said, "Stay there, you fucking rat." and I walked out of the classroom.
They stopped there. That's where you belong. On the floor.
I prefer. Listen. There'd been this knife accident with a pupil threatening a teacher with a knife earlier. I'd prefer to get some lashes here in Barbados.
Yeah.
But what happens? Because I'm the only colored kid, right?
Yeah.
They call the police. The police comes, right? I have to sit in an investigation, right? They interrogate me about what happened, right? I have to go to court. I get 25 hours of community service.
What?
Seriously?
And Yeah, and the thing was, right, so I told my mom everything. She was very understanding about the whole thing, and obviously she's like, it's not right to hit anyone, but she wanted to.
Mom.
She wasn't happy either about what he did to me, right?
Okay, right.
And like, yeah, what I got, like the aftermath of it was, yeah. Anyhow, so we go to this, like they had this counseling. His dad, because he'd been saying like my dad was sick in cancer, and he's been like, my dad makes more money than your dad, like pulling all those kinds of things, you know, too. So we go to this family, like this counseling thing. It was him and his dad, me and my mom. So I tell the story straight up, and his dad knew nothing. His family knew nothing, and his dad was ashamed of him afterwards.
Right.
You know, when the truth came up. You know. So
Do you have a lot of experiences like that where you felt targeted because you were colored?
behind my back? Never
to your face?
Never to my face. Never to my face.
So you never had a blatant in Sweden
But
at all?
growing up, like always, everything behind my back.
I find that's interesting though, because I mean, so you would you say that racism is just more subtle over there? Like you never really hear any like major acts of racism as much as like down here or whatever.
Well, like Sweden's third biggest party right now is a big racist party, right? Far right.
Yeah.
So like it's becoming a huge deal. Like you know how it is in the world right now.
Yeah.
Trump, you know, all that stuff. But as for me, it's like I've been lucky because I've had my sport. And because I've had my sport, I've been blind to other things. And because I've been good at a sport, I've been accepted.
Right.
Interesting, though. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah. So basically, your talent kind of usurps, overshadows your.
Yes. However,
complexion.
like when I went, like but like as an example, like when I went to ski academy, like you know, I was never like really part of the group. You know,
Right.
with the boys, you know,
Right.
because you're a bit different.
Right.
And also, I've always gone my own path, right? So I've never really cared about what anyone thinks of me or, you know, that stuff. Like, I've just done what I think is right and gone for that.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, it's kind of like people are kind of reserved, right? And you should just stand in line and fit in. They have this thing called jantelagen, which means like the law of everybody having to be the same. Nobody can be different or stick out, you know?
Really?
You're supposed to stand in line and be like everyone else.
That's shit, though. What would
You mean like a socialist kind of thing? Kind of like a.
It's not a socialist kind of
socialist.
thing.
Or commune or like a I don't know.
That's different. That's just like, do you supposed to do what you're told almost?
Right.
No,
Which is
I mean like
actually
yeah. It's like you know if you're a bit different, then people look
Shun
at you.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, you know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's a culture, like it's like kind of embedded in the culture, right?
Right.
You know.
Well, to be honest, I don't know anything about Sweden other than PewDiePie and IKEA. So I don't really have a lot to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
But
been once.
you've been to Sweden?
Yeah.
Nice. Where in Sweden?
It was a kid though.
Mm.
It was a child, and it was.
Mm-hmm.
I've been at least once.
Oh, crazy.
Um,
Go ahead, Kofi.
No, I like even as an adult, and you mentioned that you're not black enough in Barbados and not white enough in Sweden. So like, I'm not sure like what the black population is down there, but I'm gonna assume you stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. No, it's not cultural at all. Like,
Right. So and it's always behind your back. Like people don't like no one tries to touch your hair like that kind of thing.
No, because I'm the right type of skin color, right? You know.
So you just right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, just white.
Yeah. Or black, depending on the day.
Okay. It depends
And how
on
much
people
alcohol people have in them.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the skiing and stuff, right? Why do you choose that? Even though you're sticking out like a sore thumb to some extent, you add. I assume you add more attention to yourself with your locks. Why did you choose? Yeah. Why did you choose to grow out your locks? Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. Like when I was 4 years old, my mom had them made on me, and I had them ever since. I got the lice, you know, when I was 11.
Wait, bro, you just said like 3 things I don't understand, B.
Okay.
His mom
I heard
locked his.
lice.
Yeah. My mom.
Wait, you said your mom made them on you? Or
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My Swedish.
Right, yeah.
No,
Okay.
it might be my cousin. Anyhow,
Oh, okay,
she knows
okay.
how to do it. She takes care of that.
And she took the you said the lights off
Interlocking.
them?
For
Okay.
all
Yeah.
you girls, you know, into hair stuff. I know.
Yeah. Okay, safe. Oh, so that's all you know, really. You always had your hair as locs.
Yeah, so when I was 10, 11, I got lice. And the first time, because the lice treatment thing is so expensive, we did it once, didn't go away. And so my mom, my mom and my dad, they were separated, right? They're good friends, but I was living with my mom. I was visiting my dad a few times every week, sleeping there, all that stuff, we were like this. But she was still like, taking care of me. I was living at her place. She's working hard, working class mother, so she's been fighting. Anyhow, didn't go away. So second time, she was like, all right, my friend from Denmark told me that you can buy gasoline and pour it in your head. That's the cheaper way to do it.
Okay, she's on you for right, obviously.
I'm going to try it on you before I try it on myself. And
Mom, what? Mom said what?
it's child abuse. It's child abuse.
We got lice and I got gas.
You know how bad it burnt
That is crazy.
in my scope when she poured gasoline in me?
Yeah, I'm imagining.
To my mom's defense, it's her old friend. She's crazy, the friend.
Yeah.
And my mom thought that it's not that bad. She did it herself afterwards because she thought I was crying crocodile tears, and she couldn't even do like a quarter of what I did.
I have a question though. Did the lice go away?
No.
And that, my friends, is the Instagram clip. Okay, you mind if we get into skiing?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. we can talk about outfits
Yeah, so
all day, bro.
I the hair it suits me good.
Yeah.
When I didn't have it, big fat head.
Right.
This is better.
Yeah.
For
It's a
sure.
good
Okay.
trademark,
Yeah.
Trademark is a good segue almost. So you're skiing, a winter sport, and you are flying a Barbadian flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that like? Like, what are people's immediate reaction when they see you or hear about you?
When I'm out on the circuit, World Cups and all that stuff, I get a lot of TV time. Because obviously I'm the only colored skier competing.
Oh, colored for the more Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't word myself correctly. But guys, is Obama black or is he colored?
He's black.
But
black.
his mother is white.
Yeah,
right?
but I go by optics a lot when it comes to mixed race and stuff.
Okay.
You are. We don't really use colored in Barbados, really.
Yeah, okay.
But you're a red skin, but you're still black. But we still
Yeah,
red skin.
exactly. Yeah.
You're right.
You look, you could go to school with me and I wouldn't know that you're from Sweden.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The red man.
Yeah. Right, man.
Yeah.
B?
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I'm the only black skier on the circuit, right? And then for me as well, representing Barbados is like, so my granny, she was a big part of my life. She passed away 2016 in December.
Oh. Rest in
When
peace.
she had her funeral, I had to be in the U.S. competing to get the points to do the World Cup to qualify for the Olympics. So just having the flag on my shoulders just gives me support.
Yeah.
Not to talk about all the support I get from all the people down here.
Right.
And I say that in all the interviews that I do with international media, all that stuff. No one else has the support that I do. And it's so true. You wouldn't even believe it. All the Instagram messages I get, people commenting nice thing. You really feel the kindness that and the warmth and the, good luck charms that people are sending your way. And that's been a big thing for me.
Honestly, Victor, that is very heartwarming, and I'm really glad that you said that, because sometimes we get a bit caught up in the negativity sometimes we don't really hear those stories. So for you to say that, that is very, very good.
Actually,
That's a
Bajans
very
say
big
that.
deal. I feel
A lot of
good.
people say Bajans only support you when you are number one.
Yeah,
it's-
that's also correct.
Alright, well, I take that back. But it's still good to hear that, though.
Oh, no, yeah,
I
babe.
hear
Jeez,
positive
man.
stories about Barbadian support. That's the honest truth.
Especially with athletes. I hear a lot of
for sure.
negative things about athletes and not getting support.
I don't hear. I guess the only athletes we have to go on, in popular Bajan culture is cricket.
And then
And like
yeah.
Darian.
The straight
Tennis
body.
player.
Yeah, for sure, Darian. Yeah, but
Like
like
Darian.
Yeah.
you don't hear a lot about anything else. Like Aquila, Ram, Brathwaite, men that were doing people that were doing things,
Right.
Yeah.
and you don't really hear about Beijing supporting them.
Yeah.
So it's very nice to hear that you receive.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
I think
Barbarian
it's
support.
so different with what I did, like with the winter sport and all. And when people see the flag, like in the snow, like, you
That's
know,
wild,
up on a
dude.
big.
It is wild.
Actually,
you know?
what is that blue and yellow trident thing?
For Beijing's, like, seeing that,
Yeah.
that's a serious
It's
thing.
like
That's
when
That's
I,
how we get out there.
I
Yeah,
said this in the car twice, and I'll say it a third time. I wanted Cool Runnings too. you watch that movie, Cool Runnings?
if I got $1, everyone, like, for Barbados, Cool Runnings. If I got $1, I'd be a millionaire right now.
Did you ever get? Did you ever?
What I say though
Okay.
is, yes, Cool Runnings, but I'm actually good.
Ah.
Big difference. Big difference. Big difference.
Wow.
No disrespect to Jamaicans, but like,
No, Jamaican Twitter always that way. I think we should have this moment.
Scenarios, actually.
You ever get told that you are the live action version of Auto Rocket from Rocket Power?
huh?
Never mind.
What's
I
our
think I'm the
Nickelodeon
wrong
show?
generation.
You know Rocket Power?
You know, I grew up in Sweden, Marcus.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, I'm
There's
sorry.
a Nickelodeon cartoon,
Okay.
right? With this guy,
Oh, yeah.
he has a kind of interesting complexion like you. He had locks and he was skiing and snowboarding just all day, skateboarding all
It
the time.
feels familiar, but
Yeah.
I didn't have Nickelodeon, so.
Oh, wow. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, but say for B, that is so good, man. That is so like I don't know if you know for Bajans what that is like to see
It's a big deal.
in snow a flower flag in snow is just a
That is
different.
not
It's surreal for us.
It's a curious thing.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where it feels like we are there with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. And that's like the reason why I started the vlog, because I knew, like, you know, Caribbean people need to be educated, and I want to show all the work behind and like truly take you in and like show you what it's not just a sport, it's a lifestyle as well,
Yeah.
right? But I mean, yeah, when I arrived here, before I even exited the airport, someone came up to me and talked to me, and like, you know, last Christmas, New Year's when I was here, like, Beijing came up to me at the supermarket and it's like, why are you here? You should be skiing.
Yeah.
You know?
I can hear business saying something.
Yeah. I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all. You just came on. Yeah, safe, man.
But I mean, it's something that I'm very, very proud of. And also, it's like, for me, I saw it as a way to inspire others, as well as like second generation Bajans. There's tons of them out there, right, doing things. And I wanted, even though like Bajans can't be skiing, I wanted to be a source of inspiration by showing my hard work online and what I've been doing for them in their everyday life, or whatever it could have been, like escapism, you know? You know?
Yeah.
I want to ask you, not to throw you off or anything, but it is interesting you said that you're a second generation Barbadian. Or, because you're not actually born in Barbados, your father or whatever.
Yeah.
But you're still doing this peculiar sport, and you're flying a Bajan flag. I can't deny the fact that it is almost beneficial to you to do that, if you get
Yeah,
it.
most definitely.
Are you doing it because, I know this is a very loaded question, but are you doing it because you bought Barbados, or you're just aware that this is an easier avenue? This episode of I Know Podcast is sponsored by Cockspur Rum. Cockspur Rum is the perfect spirit for any occasion. A party, a lime, a fete. You just want to drink something after a bad day.
When you're playing dominoes, you play dominoes, right? You gotta play dominoes, man. You half Bajan, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Cockspur Rum is the perfect spirit for any occasion. Just make sure to fill your spirit responsibly.
What's your favorite flavor?
The Cockspur Splash. Pineapple coconut, but green apple is tickle me. Green apple tickles me though, but pineapple coconut. They also have the fine rum, the old gold, the rum punch, the master blend coming out soon. Like, Cockspur just have a spirit for every occasion. As I said earlier, free your spirit responsibly.
To distinguish yourself from everybody else.
exactly.
Okay,
Marketing wise.
Yeah. Obviously, like, you don't have, like, you'd be stupid if you didn't see the marketing side of it, right?
Yeah.
So when I was 15, 16, I won a gold in slopestyle at the Swedish Juniors Championships. I won a silver medal in the big air skiing, and then I won a gold medal in the half pipe, right? In the same tournament, right? And like the Swedish association is really bureaucratic. all my skiing friends there, their dads were involved. You know, it's a lot of ass licking, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
And because I was different, my mom wasn't involved. I was doing everything myself, so I never got any opportunities. They never asked me to come on training camps, all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Again.
Anyhow, so and like I clearly showed black on white that I'm the best person
There.
of
Right.
my age
Yeah,
there, right?
right.
No discussions. So the BOA contacts me and asks me if I want to represent Barbados.
The Barbados
Nice to be aware.
Olympic Association.
Barbados Olympic
okay,
Association,
okay.
right? And also, like, this was the last year my dad was alive, right? And we'd been talking about this. Our last trip to Barbados, we were talking about me representing Barbados instead of Sweden, right? So that's a big part behind it. Then the fact that I'm entrepreneurial and know how to market myself and all
Right.
that stuff is another side of the story, right?
It's like a no-brainer.
Right.
Yeah, but then again, you have to remember it. Like, skiing is an extremely expensive sport. 5%, 5% of the skiers during the World Cup actually get paid to ski. The rest have rich parents, right?
Okay.
And for me, like in May 2017, I had $0, and the Olympic qualifying season was coming up, right?
Right.
So I was like, how am I gonna solve this? That's when I came up with the vlog. I did a list with 100 companies that I contacted one after one, you know, to try and get sponsorships.
Right.
And then I ended up, like, the biggest sponsorship was with a company named Capital. They're like a financial app in the US. They started in Sweden, they moved to the US. I flew to New York to have a meeting with them and then signed a deal for $20,000 US dollars, which was freaking insane.
Right. Yeah.
So that helped me out a lot, like
Right.
that season, and that got me through.
Right.
But I was sitting there in April, May 2017, and I was like, I was broke because I don't come from money.
Right.
Everything like you see on my social media, all the traveling, everything I've managed to get to by myself, right? My mom, she's been working 2 jobs just to like get me skiing local competitions, that kind of thing, you know. My dad got sick in cancer. He was like, you know, so it was really, really rough, you know. But it taught me to like go after what I want and find other ways, which I grew a lot from. And then I managed to get that, you know.
Okay. So although you get the moral and emotional support from Bajans, do you get a lot of support like in terms of companies and businesses that invest in you?
Yeah, so it's, no. So I had obviously, like with the list, I had a list for Barbados as well. I was talking to a car dealership, but they couldn't see how them sponsoring me would help them sell any cars here locally. So they didn't. They brought it up in a meeting, but they didn't want to do it, right?
Right.
So the one I did like a commercial for like Northern Europe with the BTMI.
Yeah.
That's what I did. And then the Barbados Olympic Association got grants because I was a winter sports skier. So I got some money from there, from the Olympic Solidarity Fund for small nations,
Right.
you know, doing.
But overall, though, I guess you think that from a business standpoint, they don't see because you're so far away it benefiting them, the businesses in Barbados, to invest in you.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, like, I was aiming towards the Olympics, and like, if I could have come to them and said, like, okay, I'm going to the Olympics, then I'm sure they'd invest, right?
Right.
But with the Olympics, like, you know, the Olympics started in February 2018, like, the last qualifier is in, like, January the 28th, and that's when you know who's going and who's not going. Like, a lot can happen, right? And there's 2 years of qualifiers before that. Top 40 and top 30 get to go. But only, but then you have like 8 Americans, 8 Swiss, and they can only send 4 people, right?
Oh, okay. So there's still like, almost opportunity there. Okay.
Yeah, so I ended up like, because that's the other thing too. I missed the first, so there's 12 Olympic qualifiers, right? 6 the first year, 6 the second year, the same year as the Olympic. And I missed the first 6 because I tore my ACL, this scar here. I have a bunch of injuries. So I had to rehabilitate from that, get points to get to go to the World Cups and, you know, all that stuff again.
How many things did you break? Like,
Okay, so I tore my ACL. I broke my left leg. I broke my rib. I broke my collarbone. I broke my thumb. You can
Hold
see
on.
here.
All this span of how long?
oh, one time like, man, this might get hit by a truck, yeah.
I don't know. Since I was like 10, 11.
Oh, okay. I thought you
various
meant like
injuries.
this one qualifying
No,
period.
no.
Oh.
That was the ACL. But the ACL is a vicious injury. That's
Yeah,
right.
Right.
I hear about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say, hear about that.
But it's not a career-ending injury in skiing.
Is it?
No, generally not.
Okay.
The only thing is like it's soft parts take longer time to heal. You'd rather break a bone or something if
Right.
that heals. Soft parts like take ages to heal.
Was that the most painful one?
Damage.
No. Breaking my leg was the most painful one. I broke it right here.
And how bad it was? There was like a snap burst, like
break it here.
like
Okay,
totally.
so I was skiing in Sweden. We did this nice skiing thing with my cousin, right? And I wanted to try this new trick. It's 720. You spin 2 times around.
That's a
Yeah.
big number, 720. That's
No,
not,
it-
That should be there.
exactly. That's all like you should be doing.
Yeah, but I was 13 years old, I think. Yeah, so I go for it straight. And then I wanted to add a grab when you cross your skis and you put your hand on your ski, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that gets you extra points, right?
Right.
So at the first trick, he went down to the knuckles, so you have a jump, right? And then you have the landing coming down. So he used to go there, stand and watch me just to make sure everything's good.
Yeah.
The second time I told him, it's fine, you don't need to go and stand there, I'm good. He was like, I'm gonna go down anyways, all right? I go, do the jump, come up a little short, and then I just ski to the side like this, lay down. I feel this pain that I've never felt in my entire life. I try to stand up, and my leg just like, and then I'm just lying there screaming,
Jeez.
like
on.
screaming. And then you have your skiers coming down, and then eventually like the medics come and they pick you up, and I had to go to a hospital, and yeah.
So at this point in time, like even though you keep skiing, like does it still feel the same, like the pain, or do you get is your relationship with pain different now? Like do you now perceive it differently?
Well, yeah. So like, the thing that I like about being sick and when you're injured is those are the few times when you really feel alive, right?
Okay.
You know, if you're like, you know, stomach sick, you know, you're throwing up, or if you break something,
Right.
or something like that, or if you skydive, like, you know, you really feel alive.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't know about skydiving.
Because the
You
pain
lost me
makes
there.
you feel alive, you know?
I had bad belly hurt already though, and it made me feel alive though.
Yeah, but you know, you feel
Yeah,
alive.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
it's not like a Tuesday when you're going to work and you're in the, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you feel that you're alive.
Yeah.
So that's the aspect that I appreciate, you know? Other than that, I mean, no, it's not nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Or you spoke about the financial like struggles
Yeah.
or whatever, because I mean snowboarding, any sort of winter sport is generally a affluent sport. So like
Rich people sport.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You said it different.
Yeah.
So like when you get these injuries, you know, be like, all right, this ain't for me, cause there's no way that I am breaking my leg and then I gotta go. Wait, what's healthcare like in Sweden? Is healthcare free?
It's free.
It's
Yeah.
universal.
Oh, I tell you that back.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. So
Never mind.
No, but
And-
you were making a good. You were
and-
making a good point.
actually, because of my injuries, it's helped me a lot with the skiing because I've gotten reimbursement for the injuries.
What?
So,
What do you mean?
yeah.
So
Okay, listen to this, because this is something that I thought about that we should talk about. I don't know how much we've talked about this, but financial literacy. Because I think something that you don't get to learn in school is financials.
That's very true.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
let's talk about it. Let's
It,
talk about
Let's
it's
listen, let's
stupid.
it.
Right.
So when I did my ACL, right, I got, I don't know, 15,000 Barbados dollars for the scar and that stuff. Like you get reimbursements, right?
From Swedish.
Yeah,
government.
insurance company, blah,
So I
blah.
have a-
So you have insurance, or is it like everybody has insurance? Just
So
trying to understand.
healthcare is completely free.
Right.
Then
But you
ev-
get $15,000.
So healthcare is free,
Yeah,
and then you can have like insurance on yourself.
Right.
Right.
That's really cheap. You might pay $300 a year for it, right?
$300
Yeah.
I thought
a year.
Me people spend that on
But
my
and that's if you get in an injury and you get compensation for the injury, right? But you don't need that, but you still get the healthcare for free and all that stuff.
Wait.
You know?
Hold a second.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Sweden was voted like the happiest place to live.
Yeah. Well,
No, I think it's like Norway, Denmark, Sweden, or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are all the Nordic countries.
Yeah,
right? Sweden is-
exactly. And all the Nordic countries are generally like good,
Yeah.
good like that.
So tell me. So you got the 15,000
Exact-
Beijing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And because I knew I was going into. Okay, so first of all, when I did this injury, I'm like, am I just gonna sit here and rotten? And my dad passed away as well, and like, you know, should I just sit here and hate life, or should I do something good of it, right?
Okay.
So I start going around to competition, being a commentator, right? So I make some money out of that.
Nice.
So I start out as a self-employed, right? And then when I got the money for this, I incorporated myself. And in Sweden, you need 10,000 Barbados dollars for the stock capital, right? For like stock, something like that, in order to incorporate for real.
Yeah.
And the reason I did that was because later on, when I made the deal, like the $20,000 deal with the US company as an example, if I were to be like self-employed, then I myself, I'm reliable for anything that happens
Yeah.
financially, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right?
Where do you-
If you incorporate,
Yeah.
it's a separate
A separate entity.
entity.
Right.
Exactly. So that's why I did that. And also you get the tax advantages. So all the travels, they're like VAT exempt, right?
Safe. Yeah.
And all that stuff. So if I were to take like the $20,000, then I had to tax 30% of that. With the company, I don't have to tax anything as long as I spend the money. You know?
Safe.
So that's just, and what I mean by that is, like, all this stuff is out on the internet and you can read up about it, you know? And the other thing as well is when when you're incorporated, you're not liable yourself financially if you go into debt or whatever it might be, you know? So that really helped me out a lot.
Right.
And that was from like also like knowing people, but most of all like my own interest in business, doing research, all of that stuff.
Right. Okay, safe.
And you know, educate me a little bit.
Yeah, we could talk about
Tax haven Barbados, huh?
it's true. I want to talk to you about the fact that you put out a video saying that you retired.
Yes.
Why did you decide to retire?
I didn't decide to retire. I had to retire.
Why?
Last season I had the best season ever. I came in 31st
Right.
at the World Ski Championships. I came in second at the Europa Cup in Poland.
Crazy.
Second.
I nearly won. Anyhow, so what happened was before the season was going to start, I've had some really heavy concussions where I blacked out completely.
And the
from
concussions are
crashing.
from like a
crashing,
landing.
hitting my head, yeah. And then, so what happened was I went to see doctors and they told me, Victor, your head is really fragile. You need to stop competing. If you hit your head again, you might end up in a coma or even die, you know? Because your head is fragile at this point.
Yeah.
2016, I knocked myself unconscious. 2017, I did the same thing. In 2016, when I did it, I have the video of it. I'm unconscious for a couple of minutes, and then I'm like looking like this to my friend, and he's like, "That's not good." And I'm like, "No, it's not." Ski down the mountain, which is like a 15-minute ski. The thing that I remember is when I get down to the medics, right, the paramedics. 2017, exactly a year after that, I hit my head in a training camp in New Zealand.
Yeah.
I take 3 laps skiing the park. I don't even remember that. I come up to my coach and he's like, "What are you doing? I told you to go and rest." So I go in the car and then I realized that I fell and hit my head.
Oh.
Because what happens with head injuries is if you hit it once, then you're sore, right? And it takes a long time to heal. So anyhow, so the doctors told me that, and I decided to go to Italy to train in January because they have this big landing bag. It's a snow jump and then a landing bag like a bouncy castle.
Right.
That kind of landing for
Yeah.
skis. So when you land, it's nice and soft. First day skiing on that one, I'm all set. Until the next Olympics, I'll just come here every winter, ski here, hit this bag, and train here, safest possible way. For like third hit, I land, I go like this, get concussed.
Oh, the soft
on the
landing.
soft.
Yeah.
on the soft landing.
Yeah.
So then couldn't ski
Yeah.
anymore. Rested
Yeah.
the next day. Day after that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try again. Hit the bag again. Get concussed. It gets even worse. I have the craziest headache. So after that, my mom was like, you cannot compete this winter. Blah 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 blah. But I told her like, I need to go through with this. I want to end. Like I can't just end by just quitting. You know, in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
So this season I was competing, and that was kind of a weird mental thing, but it was kind of nice too. Like to know that, okay, if you mess up, then you might,
Yeah.
hurt yourself really bad. But luckily everything went good and all
Yeah,
that
clearly.
stuff. So that's essentially, I knew like, okay, so this is going to be my last season competing, and it was nice because I got to soak in every moment of it,
Right.
at the time, and I got to have the results that I got, which is kind of bittersweet,
Yeah, for sure.
So you're not gonna do the 2022 Olympics or any
No.
of that? Any of that?
No, because it's not worth it losing my life over it, and like eventually I'm going to hit my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Training for that, because the reasoning behind it is when you're competing, the level is so high, you have to push yourself so much. Like you really need to be at the cusp of of what you can do. It's and
You know anybody that died? Any competitors?
yeah, I know a few
Oh, wow.
skiers that died.
Did you ever see any like really bad injuries? Like you witnessed them?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, for us, it's like normal, right? And we're always kind of hurt in one way or another when we're
Right.
skiing. Like, there's always
Everybody got
something.
broken.
You're
Thumbs and
saying
ribs.
that, right? But I have never thought of any winter sport as remotely dangerous. It has never
Yeah,
crossed my
Is
mind.
it like this
It's
snow?
not
Is this
because
soft?
you think snow is soft.
Right.
It's rock solid.
It's ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll show you some videos and you'll understand.
You think I don't know if I base it on like my personal experiences with snow, which is playing with snow. I'm not jumping into it. But I mean, yeah, that's I know I'm aware it's a bit different from what that man doing, but I just
Guys, this is a bad habit. These are pouches from Sweden that I'm currently addicted to that I'm going to stop with. It's not drugs, just so you know. I just wanted to get that out there
Yeah,
in
you all
case
have a
they
thing
don't know
going.
what
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
you know?
You have really nice teeth for somebody that's
That's
like, always
weird.
be
I wanna edit
hitting
this out.
LA falling.
People,
This boy falling down all the time.
guys, all the white people in Sweden tell me it's just because you're black, your teeth are so white.
What? That is
that is racism. That is an actual
That's not
racist
true,
statement.
right?
No, it's
No, that is not true. No, it's a memo, man.
that is the most
Right?
bullshit I've ever heard in my life.
I know some men that teeth go like one side, boy. So not even
know,
true.
I know, it's-
Not even true,
I
man.
didn't want to digress, but I want to digress. Because you mentioned earlier about Barbados being a tax haven. You have like any examples that you could like?
Yeah, so if you start the international business corporation, so if you start
Like your
to
brand.
incorporate, like if you incorporate in Barbados but you don't do any business in Barbados,
Yeah.
you do everything outside of Barbados, you pay between 0.5 to 2.5% in tax, right?
What? so you domicile here.
Are you incorporated in Barbados?
Okay, so let's take me as an example,
Yeah.
right? So if I live in Sweden right now,
Right.
That's my residency. And then I start a company in Barbados, like as an example with the skiing, right? And then I make tons of money. I'm not doing any business in Barbados. Everything happens outside of Barbados,
Right.
right? So then I tax between 0.5% and 2.5%. So I think it's 2.5% up to 500 million. After 500 million, it goes down to 1.5%. And then after, yeah, something like that. Like, it's ridiculous. But 2.5% compared to,
What?
like,
the
I
hell?
don't know,
That's
18,
crazy.
20%. So there's a lot of, like, shell companies and things like that here in Barbados just because of that.
So after the Panama Papers and got Barbadian papers, clearly.
God,
Yeah, they got a bunch of, yeah.
That's crazy to me because I know.
Yeah. And
2.5%.
then the regular corporate tax here is, I think, between 17 and 22% or
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Would you ever like come back to live here?
I'd probably retire here. I think that I have a global lifestyle, so I have a hard time staying put at one place. I could definitely see myself based in Barbados and then traveling from here or whatever. But I have for the past 3 years or so, I've been living in a suitcase. Just traveling constantly, new country every 2 weeks or so.
How do you compare Barbados to other countries, just in terms of like what you prefer, and what are the things that makes Barbados stand out, if any?
Wow. Okay. So I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to China. I've been to Australia, New Zealand, a lot of places in Europe, obviously North America. I've never been to South America and not Russia. But other than that, I've been to a lot of countries. Barbados is paradise. It is paradise on earth. And I know how it is. The same thing happened to me when I went to New Zealand. You have all this fantastic landscape, these mountains with snow going into green, Lord of the Rings kind of scenarios, and blue water and all that stuff. And you're first days there, you just walk around like this. But then after 4 days, you're no biggie, So that's the same thing here. However, what I like about Barbados is the communities, right? Because it's small, so people are involved, both good, for good and bad, obviously. But it's a small country, and there's a lot of room for change for the better here, right? So, I mean, it's a
gem.
It is a gem. Guys, I don't know how much you realize that, but every time you bring Barbados up wherever you are in the world, you're like, oh, Barbados, the Caribbean. People outside of Barbados, they think of movie stars. They think of rich people going to this tropical island vacating,
Swan Street.
The taxes.
And the thing is, because Barbados is it's one of the better countries or the best country in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, but of course,
Most developed.
Yeah. Anything you want to say,
Anything positive,
Am I putting you on the spot?
everything you're saying is true. You ever had a Bajan girl?
Girlfriend. Or do you mean casual sex?
Yes.
Oh, wow, both. Yeah, both.
Not girlfriend.
Oh, okay,
so, I don't know, I've struggled with the Bajan girls. I have a thing right now that I'm working on.
Painting, man. All right, same. Oh, but
Gabby, how you doing? Guys, comment if you think me and Gabby... Does she have a boyfriend?
No, she doesn't.
Comment if you think we should go on a date. Have they even seen her?
No.
She's beautiful.
Once or twice.
Okay, if you're watching this, the woman behind the glass here, she's a beautiful gem.
Why did you face? Come here.
Why do you think I was singing earlier before the thing?
That was all.
It's during the same minute.
But she did say that you look nice, though.
Oh.
She said that. You know what she said?
Huh?
She wants to carry your child. Nah, she didn't. She didn't say that, but she thought it though.
But I'm thinking this weekend we can go out for dinner.
Make sure
I'm not
it's
gonna be a dog. So.
Oh, okay. Make sure it's not. It's signed. Nice.
Vegetarian.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That too.
Yeah, that's good. I mess with that.
But I was.
Women is a beautiful topic because I never get to talk about it on my podcast.
I want to.
Okay, do you have a girlfriend?
No.
So you don't have a girlfriend? Marcus, do you have a girlfriend or not?
There is a little sweet potato that I like that.
Okay. Coffee?
I don't have a girlfriend.
I don't have a girlfriend though. No, I don't have.
No, I don't have a girlfriend. There's potential.
I'm married.
You're married?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. What a lucky woman. How's married life?
It's good. It's challenging, but it's good.
How old are you?
I'm gonna be 30 this year.
Okay, nice.
And I asked him how long he was together with her. Just together, not married.
Please, man.
How long have you been
Podcast?
together?
We've been together 15 years.
So since
Yeah, but that's like my cousin.
Okay.
They just got engaged and she's pregnant. I
okay.
found that out before I was going here. You have
Congrats
kids?
to them. Yeah, one daughter.
Oh, nice. And she's...
Sorry?
How old is she?
Three.
Oh, nice.
Nina's
nice.
tree.
She's 3, yeah.
Alright, sorry, I don't know when that happened. Sorry.
Well, why do you, I realized on your podcast that you kind of have women issues though. Like I think you got stood up one time.
Yeah.
And then there's some other girls that you tried messaging, but it's not working out.
Yeah, but I
That's
don't
so
bring
weird.
up the foresomes or that stuff, so that's a bit too much.
No, it's not. But that was actually a thing that actually happened.
Yeah.
That's good. I never had that before.
What's that?
What?
We got a married man here. Gabby, plug your ears, alright?
Is it your
This
is
was
it-
before I met you today. This is the old Victor.
Is it because you have like a, as you said, a suitcase lifestyle?
Nah, I mean okay, so the thing is in Sweden women are sexually free. I'm really tired of white women because
I've never heard that sentence in my life.
yeah, but I'm kind of in tough. They won't watch this anyway.
Yeah.
Not this far in. But I don't know. It's like when I'm in Sweden now, you would think everyone is a model, everyone is a 10. You can look
Yeah,
at
everyone's
Yeah.
tall and
like
beautiful.
it's
and
world famous,
Giselle Bundchen or whatever.
and it's true. I've traveled to a lot of places, but there's not as many beautiful girls ratio as it is in Sweden because they have good style in clothes and all that stuff. However, I'm a mixed kid. I want some flavor, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to come across the flavor.
You want that seasoning?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And back to reality with my last girlfriend, I told her she was Swedish. She was 5 years older than me. So,
Lucky.
yeah.
That thing.
Goals, to be honest.
I don't know. Older women has a thing. They have a thing for me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm so mature, handsome,
Yeah.
well spoken.
I don't know what it
All
is.
the suggestions.
Anyhow, so I told her our child is gonna be born in Barbados. You have to give birth in Barbados, right? Your family can come over, all that stuff.
Okay, that's a bit toxic.
Give birth in Sweden. I want my child to be born in Barbados.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't think anything wrong with wanting a child born in Barbados, Marcus.
Yeah.
Why? Do you not what?
No, I mean,
have an issue with that?
I think that the feminists that are listening would say you shouldn't tell a woman where she should give birth to her child. It's her choice.
That's
her body,
okay.
her
So
choice.
the
Is your
reasoning,
child too?
Huh?
Is there a child too?
No, it's not to them.
so the reasoning behind it is because I have family in Sweden. I have family in Barbados, right?
Yeah.
The love here is different than as an example in the Nordic countries.
Yeah.
It's way more warmth here. You because of the community sense and it's more open, right? So I want my child to come into this world feeling that warmth.
You beat the crap out of your child, though. That's the truth. You will beat the crap out of your child.
Not the crap, but
No, I would never hit my child.
No, but I mean in Barbados, yeah. I mean we love our children. Just as get beat though.
Yeah.
Yeah, banger.
I wouldn't want my child to go to school here because I think the school system here is really bad.
just don't snitch.
And it's
Just
not
don't,
good.
Bobby.
No diss to Barbados, but I think there's better ways to be educating children.
You are right.
Right.
We are aware. You are 100% correct.
like skipping at 8:30. Yeah.
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 Exactly.
But this...
Right.
No. But this is a big issue here. Everybody knows it.
Yeah. We have stuff to work on.
Yeah. But every
The
country
city.
has stuff to work on. But I mean, yeah. So back to the women. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Bajan women. I don't know. I've gotten stood up by a few. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not here for a long enough period.
Yeah,
of
I don't think a
time.
woman looking
I
at
don't-
you and thinking,
I think they haven't thought serious relationship. Guy.
right. I don't think they're
Right.
thinking that.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, really naturally, you read, you can gain weight soon for now. That's a good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a good little one lash.
Are you right?
Right.
Are you right?
However-
a proper one lash me.
I have never cheated on a woman.
You're not right. Never mind.
Have you?
He didn't know. He know. Colored.
You're not right. You're
That's he being colored. Yeah, he colored. No,
Unless
he
you
being
cheat on the
colored.
woman, you're not a red.
Yeah. You get that's
Okay.
that's your right of passage. Yeah.
Up or downgraded, depending on how you look at it.
You never cheated on a woman. But when was your last girlfriend?
No, but I only had one real relationship, and that was for a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Well, cool then.
It ended
Give it time.
in the beginning of 2017.
Okay. So
Yeah.
when you were like
So I was
when
fairly
you were
young.
really Victor White, when you were
Yeah.
established. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the reason that ended was partly because I wanted to focus on the skiing.
Right.
There was other stuff behind it as well, but that was no, yeah.
And then probably the concussions too. She don't want man that is like a vegetable.
Good body place for getting things to be.
right.
I I know, but I don't want to tell you this, but I don't know anything about Swedish women, but I personally feel that, Belgian women different, dog.
How so? They take control?
First of all, that's a pro and not a con. That's a pro.
Yeah, I think
you just
so.
don't know you want a
They
Belgian woman.
can cook,
Not all.
but a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them, the majority can cook, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a persona thing that a lot of Belgian women have in common. Like they know
But
what
that's
they
the
want.
beehive effect.
Elaborate.
So the beehive effect is, you have Silicon Valley, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have tons of companies there. So if someone loses their job, they can easily get a new job at another company, right? So in Sweden, like you'll see these girls, but everyone kind of looks more or less the same.
Yeah.
Because it's the beehive, close proximity.
Right.
So I think it's the same thing with the mentality and what they want, right?
I don't know if that's exactly it. I think a lot of women in Barbados, they will see a man, like they see this person, and without meeting him, they know who he is, and this is who he's supposed to be, and they will mold that man until he is who she wants him to be. And as a man, you cannot be that man if you are overseas and different.
Well, we have a
countries
married
everything
man here, so we have a case study.
Oh, I'm an anomaly.
Yeah, he is. In every sense of the word.
different.
He's one of those guys.
But Marcus,
that,
you never met a woman that like wanted to mold you into a character and not who you really are?
I think that's women generally, though.
That's what that's women generally.
Yeah, I've experienced that.
Obviously, there's gives and takes, like when you're in a relationship, right?
And these girls stand me up too. So in a Swedish thing is get
You
stand
gotta
up.
get started, B. You have to.
Yeah, but at high time, I spent 3 hours at Keyside, boy. That girl was like, come here, boy.
Boy,
I've been there.
I guess it's the same girl in the same location on 2 separate dates.
What?
The same girl, the same location, 2 separate dates.
That she did not go?
That she did not go. And they went a second time like a jackass.
Listen, I arrive on the island, right? I'm going to the movies with this girl, right? I'm not gonna name drop. Anyhow.
Where will we watch it?
We know her though? She's well known?
Yeah, you'd probably know her.
She has more than 2,000 followers?
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Yeah, you probably know her.
I don't know.
Anyhow, so when I saw her Instagram and I was like, whoa, And then when we're at the movies, I'd never been to the movies in Lime Grove, so I call and book premium seats,
Nice.
And she comes up the escalator and I'm like, I drop my face, right? Because I think Bajan women are so beautiful, right? Shout out to the Bajan women. Anyhow, and then I was like, we walk into the cinema and I'm like, yeah, so and she's like, we can say whatever we want. There's no one here. And the premium seats are at the bottom and at the top, right? And I'm not gonna say I spent the extra dollars on premium seats, right?
Right.
Sure. Anyhow.
Nah, what she wanted to hear
Did you
was-
get that?
Did she, so what, y'all sat separately?
No, we sit
no,
together.
no. Oh,
I
okay,
bought
okay.
premium seats,
Oh,
but
okay,
the cinema
okay.
is empty,
Oh,
right?
okay. So
and
she
there's
went to the
no
other
need
seats.
to buy. Exactly.
Oh, crap. And, yeah, boy.
And then we sit and talk after the movie, and then she tells me about this relationship she got out of and blah blah. But we had a good time, right? And then we're about to meet up again, so I figured a good excuse to see her again is to go by the store where she's working, right? My mother was coming into the island. I'm like, I'm just gonna buy her a gift for her birthday, right? So I go there, come into the shop. Oh, hi, how are you? Everything good? I'm looking for a gift for my mom, trying to be the good man that I generally am, right?
Right.
So she shows me this thing, and I'm supposed to buy this beach dress, $200. I swallow that. And I pay for it. After I pay for it, don't expect to see me that much more though. She says to me.
What?
You still got the receipt, right? You can get that back.
But it's a good story.
But why'd she say that, though? Why'd she say that? Don't expect you to see that much.
No, but we were talking, and her ex-boyfriend, blah, blah, blah.
I told
she
myself,
wasn't ready.
I told myself a while ago, anytime you meet a girl, just assume she's fucking her ex, and you live a better life. Just put on. I can hear Gabby laughing and joke.
Gabby there what?
Yeah, that's a good way to live life. Just assume she's fucking her ass, and you're probably right. You are probably right, and then you will live better.
Yeah.
She might stop fucking him for you,
Yeah.
but never.
Yeah, and but then as well, like the other thing for me is like I have to be careful with like Bajan women because I am who I am.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So if I see someone here, like I need to like you like I can't just like go left and right.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, so when I'm overseas, like I'm overseas. You know?
I got you.
But here it's like
You're known.
What's next for Victor, man? Saying that you retired.
Yeah, so right now I am I applied for university in Sweden because I get to study for free there.
Yeah.
Which is nice. So and the university I want to go to is a really good one. Like it's a elite university, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm very competitive. So in anything that I do, I want to do the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I figured why not apply to that one. I applied last summer. I was reserve number 17. So I've been working on my GPA now. I have 3 math courses left. Hopefully I'll get into that university because that's like the university in Sweden where like all the like the prime minister goes to and all the like business leaders of the big companies in Sweden, all that stuff, they all come from there.
Right.
And it's kind of like the Harvard of the Nordics. One of the
The
best.
Harvard of the Nordics.
Yeah,
That's
one of the
also
best
hard.
universities in Europe actually.
Yeah.
Oh, say it.
So I'm working towards that. If not, I'll get another university degree in Sweden because I also have my business running in Sweden alongside my business partner, where we do, he does performance marketing, I'm the creative director, so we work with companies. I produce like marketing campaigns, all that stuff. He does the implementations, ads, yada.
B, I appreciate. Oh, there's one more thing I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about your dad, B,
Yeah.
if you can.
So my dad, he was, I mean, like I was really close to my dad, Caribbean dad, obviously. He lived in Sweden for a lot of years. When I grew up, he worked as a carpenter, painter, all that stuff. So I used to work a lot with him. He taught me a lot, like from what's right and what's wrong. Even though like double standards with a lot of the things.
Always.
Yeah.
He was a real like ladies man apparently. Like when I go back to my Lord's Hill, and my cousins and them talk about him like Calvin White. He just come back and change 3 times in a day, in the night, and all that things. Like he liked the white women, or get all the money and then blow everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, so my dad. We were super close, and I mean, when he got sick as well, like I had to move to the ski academy.
Yeah.
But we were talking every day on the phone, all that stuff. I still feel the love from my dad in my heart. The one thing with cancer, though, if you've had anyone in your family that has had cancer, is that you know that the disease and the sickness is way worse than the actual, like, when the person dies. Because then it's like a relief that they don't have to be in pain. Because that's the one thing. The first time I saw my dad cry was at my mom's dad's funeral when I was 7 years old. And then and then when he got cancer, he got prostate cancer, I saw him cry more times than I could count. And he was really big hands, strong, And then to see him go from being that man to just skin and bones was something. I can't really explain that.
Yeah.
But just to see his strength. I mean, like when he was about to die, and I got the call like you need to come down because like he's gonna die, and he's at the hospital. And when he stopped eating and he was heavily sedated because of all the pain, the doctors said like he's definitely gonna die within 48 hours, but he was fighting for 5 days, which is kind of sad, and they'd never seen that before, because that just shows that he just didn't want to die,
Yeah.
But
How old was he?
he was 67 or something like that, 68. He was born 48. He passed 2014. So do the math.
Do you think he'll be proud of everything that you have achieved?
Yeah. So like when I did the Swedish Junior World Championships, That was the last year he was alive, and he was so proud of that. And my skiing thing. Like, to me, he was like, you need to be a plumber and an electrician. That's what you need to do.
Right.
But to everyone else, he was bragging. He was like super proud.
I'm a boy, you know. I'm a boy.
B, your dad is proud. We are proud. I mean,
Yeah,
Barbados
for
is
sure,
proud.
man. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. And I'm glad that you made the choice to protect your health.
But I have a lot more to come. Like, this is only the beginning of what I plan to do with representing Barbados, etc., etc. I'm a very driven person. We didn't get to touch upon mental health and all that stuff. But we'll save it for the future.
Yeah. Oh, when you
Yeah,
come back, when you
for
come back, when you
sure.
come back. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. B, plug everything that you got because
Any
you got.
Instagram, YouTube.
Okay, so my Instagram is Victor White with a 3 instead of an E at the end. If you search Victor White, you'll see me come up. The podcast is called The Breeze Podcast with Jonathan McCollum and Victor White.
Great podcast.
Yeah, everything is on my Instagram bio, Linktree. You find all the plugs there. My YouTube, just search on YouTube, Victor White. Subscribe and watch my content. I'm doing a new video every Sunday, and they're wicked. The podcast is out every Thursday, and I'm kind of bummed that you guys are bigger than us.
No, well, not necessarily. I wouldn't say
But
so.
rightfully so. Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
B, I really appreciate you coming through. Just get your number for the girls.
No, Gabby's
I'm
there.
so-
Gabby's there.
Yeah, so if you want to know about mine and Gabby's date, just listen to my podcast and you'll get, the story.
Thanks for coming through, Victor.
Thanks for watching the INO podcast, Information, Knowledge, Observation. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you soon.